Hello and welcome to today's Yarning Circle. But first, let me start by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land upon which you are virtually meeting on. Dad and I are currently on Turrbal Yagara country in Meanjin, Brisbane, and Ant is currently on Kabi Kabi country in the Sunshine Coast. May we pay respects to their people, families, elders, and communities. We also acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are listening into our Yarning Circle today. For today's Yarning Circle, we have Saylor and Ant McKenna. The purpose of today's Yarning Circle is to explain the Creative Business Champions program supported by Central Queensland University and the Regional Arts Services Network, and how tagaimc management consultants have partnered up with them to create the eQuip Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Creative and Performing Arts Business Capability Program. First off, let us go around the call today and introduce ourselves. Ant, what is your role within the Creative Business Champions program?
Thanks, Brianna. My name's Ant McKenna. As you mentioned, I'm on Kabi Kabi country and pay my respects to the traditional owners of those lands. I grew up on Bunurong country in Victoria and lived in Meanjin, Brisbane for quite some time as well. I've always been musical. My cultural background really is Celtic, Catholic, even though I'm not religious anymore. So big family. We always played lots of music, and I've been involved in music and creativity all my life. I've worked at Q Music, Arts Queensland, Sunshine Coast Council, BMAC, many creative and cultural spaces. And I'm the program lead for this project, the RASN Creative Business Champion program. I can chat quickly about RASN and about the program if you like. Great.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Is funded by Arts Queensland. RASN stands for Regional Arts Services Network. It's a statewide project designed to build creative and cultural capacity in Queensland. So supporting artists and arts workers, entrepreneurs, business owners, organisations, local government, whoever you are across regional and remote Queensland. RASN is there to support you. It recently had a 3-year project, and it's just kicking into the next 4 years of that project. There's 4 providers across the state, and we'll send out include the web links of where to get that information. As part of RASN, there's a partnership with Central Queensland University, CQU, to provide mentoring. So there's 14 mentors across the state, 4 First Nations, 3 people from multicultural backgrounds, 3 based in Cairns, 1 based near Airlie Beach, from all kinds of walks of life and all kinds of creative and cultural backgrounds. And their role is to provide online virtual mentoring to anyone involved in arts and culture and creativity in Queensland. So that's been running since the start of last year, the start of 2021, funded by state government through Arts Queensland and Department of Employment Training and Business, and runs until the end of this year, end of 2022. We're hoping for further funding, but we're yet to see that. And as part of that project, there is a specific, a couple of extra bits, development of micro-credentials, which is really focused on building training and education outcomes for people involved in arts and culture throughout Queensland, and also a First Nations development package, which is where we are today.
Fantastic. It's so great to see such passionate people and organizations be a part of such an amazing program. Now, Dad, what is your role within the eQuip program?
Thanks, Brianna. I also just want to acknowledge country and pay respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, elders past, present and emerging, and also pay respects to the RASN team and also the CBC team, and to yourself and the family. I'm really humbled. I'm Managing Director of tagaimc Management Consultants and also the project lead for the eQuip program, which is focused on First Nation, culturally, obviously appropriate support program for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander creative and artists. businesses within Queensland.
That's wonderful. Now, Ant, you're explaining about the micro-credentialing program. Could you kind of talk a bit more about that?
Yes, for sure. So it's really just the beginning. I guess apart from a few sectors in creativity and culture, there's kind of a general perception that, just say if you're starting as a musician, you just go and do it. You don't get trained, and then unless you want to kind of join an orchestra or something. There are some training courses, but not enough. And so what we're hoping to do in the long term is to really change that culture. And the reason is the things you might learn as you're booking your own shows or putting on your own performances, they're directly transferable across to a huge range of other kinds of employment, whether it's any kind of project management or project development or business management as well. So we want to ensure that people involved in creativity and culture understand the value of what they know and can transfer that across to other employment if they want to as well. So the micro-credentials are really focused on kind of an intro level opportunity to allow that to happen. I can send the links to the 7 micro-credentials we do have on offer at the moment, and anyone is welcome to take part in those. And really they're kind of on 2 different levels. One is really like introductory levels, things like the value of using Excel spreadsheets, for example, which I love for some reason.
Very useful.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I do. All the way through to, arts leadership and that kind of high level management and project leadership in the arts. So I guess, that's probably enough information about them.
Thank you. What an incredible program. I know that Tagai Management Consultants is humbled to be in partnership with such a program. And speaking of partnership, Dad, what is the eQuip program and how does it tie in with the Creative Business Champions program?
Yeah, the eQuip program basically is focused on First Nation, Queensland artists and creatives, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, obviously, that is designed to provide, obviously, culturally contextualised entrepreneurial and business support. What it's really focused on is about building resilience and sustainability of those individual businesses within the wider ecosystem. So it's about consolidating all this wonderful information that's provided by all partners, all enablers that are out there in the ecosystem into a platform via Facebook and other social media and other mediums to communicate, to ensure that the information is being able to be accessed by these wonderful mentees and obviously mentors, and obviously being supported really adequately and really professionally by our partnership with Central Queensland University and obviously ANT in regards to the Creative Business Champions program, the RASN network. It really is humbling to be working with you all. What we're going to be doing in regards to the eQuip program, everyone, is literally harnessing the expertise of the Creative Business Champions program, its capability, other creatives and performing arts businesses, organisations and subject matter experts to provide you with knowledge, business support advice, but also, more importantly, realistic information that is relevant for the industry to assist you to become a stronger business, to learn more about becoming a smarter business, but more importantly, to remain a sustainable business.
Fantastic. Now, I know that you mentioned that the main platform is going to be Facebook, and I know that many participants might not be able to access Facebook. Is there other options that our participants have to access the eQuip program?
Most definitely. Obviously, there's 2 streams here in regards to our First Nation space, that is Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. There's brothers and sisters that are already part of the CBC program, and they'll have direct access, obviously, via the advice provided by Ant and the team in regards to coming into the program. So they'll have that option. The other option is that a participant that is Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, an existing artist or business that isn't part of the program yet, will also have opportunity to complete a short application process. And once it's approved, we'll be able to have access into Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, though, we have other avenues. So information and business support information will be provided through email, YouTube. There'll be a number of this, for example, this conversation will be shared via there. Instagram, all those really key touch points where you'd have access within social media. But wider than that, our virtual song lines also include radio. So you'll have information coming through the airways if you're still using radio, and obviously digital radio. And also in regards to conversation that mentors will have with mentees, that's also really, really key. But any avenue that we can get that information out to you, regardless of where you are in Queensland, that's the preeminent piece for our focus in regards to what we're doing in regards to the eQuip program, and obviously through the support of Central Queensland University, the RASN network, and obviously the Creative Business Champions program through obviously the leadership of Ant and other key capability support mechanisms.
Fantastic. Now, Ant, who do the approved mentees engage with these programs?
Sure. So it's important to know I'm not First Nations, and that this is only for First Nations people. We've got 4 First Nations mentors. Tony Janke is a Withathian Meriam woman. She lives in Meanjin, Brisbane. Jinawari Wari lives in Gumoy Willabara Yidinji country in Cairns, and she's from Coinjamil country in central Queensland. Stevie Kanagi is a Mananjali woman. She's living on Yungambay, Kumbameri country, apologies. And Felicity Chapman is an Aboriginal woman living on Nara country. It's also important to know that they are supported culturally by Vicky Saunders, who's a Gungari woman from the Maranoa region in south central Queensland. And she's a research fellow at CQU at the Jarwin Centre. And so she's not leading or overseeing those First Nations working, but she's there to ensure their cultural safety and support. So Tony Janke she's a very well respected singer and songwriter, and has won a Deadly Award, for example. Jinawari Wari is a very important cultural leader in her region and has worked at Arts Queensland and also Arts Nexus. Stevie Kanagi is a marketing professional, and she's worked at the Oz Stereo Network for almost 20 years. And Felicity Chapman has actually led some multi-million-dollar commercial projects and is now a weaver. So an amazing group of people.
Oh, that's fantastic. I can't wait. I'm sure that we will interview these mentors coming throughout the program. But the next question goes out to both of you. If a participant is not a part of the Creative Business Champions program, can you still be a member of the eQuip program?
Everyone, if you're Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, I want to encourage you strongly to come in. You do have access, as I shared earlier. You can come through in regards to emails. So you'll see a number of posts come out to you. You'll see the link that's on there. All you have to do is connect on the link, or there's an email and the contact details at the bottom of that post you'll see to be able to contact us directly, the team directly, to be able to access that if you are not part of the wonderful Creative Business Champions program. And otherwise, I'll throw it over to Ant in regards to from a CBC perspective.
Sure. They can just get in touch, messages from the website. We'll include that in this information, and we can just line you up straight away.
It's as easy as that.
Look, I think it's important, Brenna, to share with everyone that this is about creating community, letting know that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, you as wonderful creatives and artists, this is about business. In regards to you generating revenue and the good that you do out in the community, this is an opportunity to be able to connect with the wider community, with like-minded, wonderful entrepreneurs and business owners, but more importantly, to encourage you to be able to go, here's this information. Some of it's not going to make any sense to you. It won't actually add any value to yourself, but there's going to be something that you're going to take away from the program and also to be able to utilize within your own arts practice, but also more importantly, in regards to your business.
Now, Dad, I did want to ask real quickly regarding what you just said. Is participation within the program compulsory?
There is no, and Ant's shaking his head as well. Family. There is no compulsory. So if you are a current Creative Business Champions mentee, it is totally voluntary. This information, what's been wonderful is that Central Queensland University and also obviously the RASN through Ant have realised that to capture the wider marketplace, encourage more to participation, tools like the eQuip program that Tagai has created also allows participation, but it is not compulsory at all. It is literally here for you. Come and be culturally safe and be able to share in an environment that is there for you.
Exactly. And there's a wonderful team behind the program that will be able to help you if you have any questions as well. Now, Ant, is it too late to apply for the Creative Business Champions program?
Not at all. There's still plenty of room, although you should get in as quick as you can to make sure. So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, all of you, for being a part of today's yarning circle. I'm sure everyone watching this video has taken something from this yarn. I would like to finish where we started by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land upon which we are all on and pay respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging. I also extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today watching this video. If you would like to be a part of the eQuip Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Creative and Performing Arts Business Capability Program, please watch until the end of the video for more details. Once again, I'd like to also to Dad and Ant for being a part of this deadly yarn today. And to everyone watching, make sure to like and subscribe and follow the Tagai Management Consultants YouTube page for more eQuip content. Have a safe and deadly day.